Hey Commanders fans! Get ready, because today we have exclusive news about our team, and you can't miss a single detail. So take advantage and subscribe to the channel, activate the bell to receive everything firsthand, and of course, leave. I like to strengthen our support and show that there are only true fans here. Our commitment is to always bring you the latest updates, news, and everything that goes on behind the scenes at Commanders. So, without further ado, let's check out today's news. Fans fear betrayal after beloved former Commanders star is linked to bitter rival. The long-running rivalry between the Washington Commanders and Dallas Cowboys took a radical turn last season. Coach Dan Quinn's squad flipped the script, reaching the NFC Championship in the first year of this ambitious project, as their bitter rivals failed to make the playoffs. It's a trend fans hope will continue for a long time. Dallas is quietly making moves to keep up with the Commanders and Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC East. One NFL analyst believes they should further bolster their ranks with a beloved former Washington Star. NFL analyst praises former Commanders cornerback Kendall for Cowboys. Mo Moton of the Bleacher Report believes signing free agent cornerback Kendall Fuller is the only move the Cowboys need to make before Week 1. The analyst pointed to Dallas's injury issues in the secondary and the veteran's reliability as reasons why it should be a no-brainer if the money is right for all sides. The team's executive vice president Stephen Jones said, "There's a good chance cornerback Trevon Diggs will miss the start of the season as he recovers from knee surgery. Rookie third-round draft pick Shavon Revel Jr. is recovering from a torn ACL. Dallas lost slot cornerback Jordan Lewis in free agency. Dallas could bring in Kendall Fuller to bolster its pass coverage. He could line up on the outside to replace Diggs and transition to the slot if none of the young defensive backs impress in nickel duties." The 30-year-old has extensive experience playing both on the line and as a nickelback. Fuller had 2 separate stints in Washington, but was not brought back by general manager Adam Peters last year. He didn't stay on the proverbial scrap heap for long, signing with the Miami Dolphins. Commanders considered top candidate for 1,000-yard free agent. The Washington Commanders may have finished 4th in the league last year, averaging 149.1 yards per game, but they did so by operating a committee approach at the running back position. With the Commanders not appearing to have a clear-cut running back on the roster, one NFL analyst named Washington the top candidate for a free agent running back, having produced over 1,000 yards from scrimmage last season. Washington Commanders considered top fit for free agent RB J.K. Dobbins. The Washington Commanders' offense had a very productive year, considering the franchise didn't use a real asset in 2024. After an offseason in which the Commanders didn't have much success signing or spending a top NFL draft prospect at the position, Sports Illustrated's Gilberto Manzano named Washington as the top option for free agent RB J.K. Dobbins entering the 2025 NFL season. Manzano wrote, "It's a bit surprising that Dobbins remains unsigned after recovering from major injuries and emerging as a Rookie of the Year candidate with the Chargers last season. Teams may not be willing to pay a premium for a running back with a lengthy injury history, but the Commanders could use a productive running back like Dobbins, who had 905 yards in 13 games last season. Dobbins wouldn't have to carry a heavy workload with Brian Robinson Jr. and Austin Eckler also on the Commanders roster. Dobbins had a big bounce-back season in 2024, throwing for 1,058 total yards and 9 touchdowns in his first year with the Los Angeles Chargers, after suffering a torn Achilles tendon in the 2023 season opener against the Houston Texans. Last season, Dobbins played more than 10 games in a season for the first time since his debut in 2020. Despite suffering from numerous season-ending lower body injuries during his short NFL career, Dobbins' 5.2 yards per carry average has to be considered an incredibly impressive mark, given how serious those injuries are for a running back. However, even in a big bounce-back year for Dobbins, He still missed 4 games in 2024. Dobbins simply hasn't been able to stay healthy throughout his NFL career, which makes it hard to trust him as his franchise's primary ball carrier. How would J.K. Dobbins fit into the Washington Commanders' backfield in 2025? Remember when I mentioned that the Commanders finished 4th in the league in rushing yards in 2024? Well, the reason they might be in the market for a running back like Dobbins is because quarterback Jayden Daniels led the team in rushing yards with 891 yards last season. Commanders are considered eligible for 2-time Pro Bowl CB after June 1st. Cornerback remains a position with many question marks for the Washington Commanders, but the team could find answers by trading for a 2-time Pro Bowler after June 1st, either via trade or in 2025 NFL free agency. The Commanders are a logical choice for Green Bay Packers All-Pro Jaire Alexander, who is on a list of players most likely to be cut or traded after June 1st. It's a list compiled by CBS Sports' Cody Benjamin, who outlined the savings available to teams that wait until after June 1st to offload veterans on inflated deals. Benjamin highlighted his choice of Alexander by noting that Green Bay could save $17 million by releasing or trading the cornerback after June 1st. That's a good chunk of money the Packers could pass up if Alexander won't take a pay cut. While he believes Alexander will eventually accept restructured terms to remain with the Packers, Benjamin also identified the Commanders, Atlanta Falcons, Las Vegas Raiders, and Minnesota Vikings as potential suitors if a deal doesn't work out. Commanders may consider Jaire Alexander worth the risk. Before the Commanders can get to the front of the line, they'll first have to convince themselves that the oft-injured Alexander is fully healthy and still worthy of a $24.6 million salary cap hit this year. It might be easier to believe that when general manager Adam Peters has already taken a medical risk with a second-round draft pick. Peters also believes 4-time Pro Bowler Marshawn Lattimore can return to form after struggling after being traded last season. Alexander would still be considered a risk given his long injury history. He has missed 22 games with shoulder and groin issues over the past 2 seasons. When he's fully fit, Alexander is still one of the NFL's most capable coverage players, someone who can hang on to receivers on the perimeter and in the slot. Alexander has 1 year left on his contract, and the Packers have offered him a restructured contract, according to Matt Schneidman of The Athletic, who also believes there's still a chance the Packers could release him if they can't come to terms on a restructure. The Commanders should wait if that happens because they need more proven assets in an evolving secondary. Commanders still reshaping defensive backfield finding. The right mix in the secondary is a work in progress for the Commanders.